The U.S. has the highest rate of children living in single-parent households of any nation. About 80% of single-parent homes are led by single mothers. And 23% of children living with one parent and no other adult. The United States is 3 times the world average of 7%. So 23% is U.S., 7% is world average. 90% of all homelessness and runaway children, 63% of teen suicides, 85% of children and teens with 90% of all homelessness and runaway children, 63% of teen suicide. Roughly 70% of teenage pregnancies come from women raised in fatherless homes. These same women have significantly higher abortion rates than women raised by both a father and a mother. This one's one of the most interesting stats. If a man and a wife raise a child, they're less likely to end up in jail, but they have the same chance as children raised by just their father.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Why is it that an independent woman seems like she can't be a good mate, wife, or mother? Like, I still want to cook for my, even if I'm busting my ass.
It's counterintuitive, right? Because
what part is
independent?
Okay.
Right? It's the same thing as saying that you want a dependent man. These two go opposite of each other because an independent woman depends on no one and a dependent man can't be dependent on.
What should we depend on our man for?
For protection, provision. It could be spiritual guide. It could be education. A man who wants to
You haven't said money
the
yet.
priest, the prophet, that's being a provider. That's provision.
But I'm saying, like, all of these things that I would want for a man, I would love a man pay for my shit.
But that doesn't mean that you can't have your own money.
But also, why did you go directly to the independent and the dependent?
Do you not those are the polar opposites.
But do you not believe that two independent people can exist together in a relationship?
I don't think they need each other. I think that what is the point of having relationships? The same thing if you get a business partner that you don't need.
Who do you think is a female role model? That will tell me a lot about you. Go ahead.
A female role model
Give
for
me
me?
give me a female role model, yeah, that you think
I
is
would
one.
say Beyonce.
Sensational.
Incredible.
Oh, Queen.
I would have to.
Okay.
Because, like, you know, like, that's the person I want. Like, the person that I strive to be is somebody that's discreet. And I also, like, you know what I mean? Somebody that's
See, here's the thing
discreet
with
and,
Beyonce, because I talked about this in my book in a chapter. She is probably one of the biggest con women ever. She tells y'all strong and independent. She tells you guys, all the single ladies, she tells you guys, I can have another you in a minute, blah, 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 blah. But guess what happened? She went ahead and married Jay-Z, who has a higher net worth than her, okay? When he cheat on her, she ain't going nowhere, right? And she's still with him. So she tells you and sells you the lie of feminism and being single and you can replace him and all this other bullshit. Meanwhile, when it actually happened to her, she folded. So Beyonce is not a good role model. If you're gonna follow what her like mantra, if you follow her actions, maybe that's one thing. But what she sells y'all versus what she does are two different things.
You can't make this shit up.
Who do you think should pay on the first date?
I think it should be men. I would say men for the first date.
A lot of you said you were feminists, right? You believe in equality. But it's interesting when it comes to paying for the first date, you want the guy to pay. How do you reconcile being in favor of equality but also holding men to their traditional gender roles?
Melissa's car. Fixing the damn problem by myself. Who needs a guy when you have me? So 3 hours later of trying to get Alyssa's car to work, and it's clear to say that I had no clue what I was doing. And I guess we do need men for because the whole inside of my car exploded and caught on fire.
Women.
Why is it that all you ladies who dislike arrogance and like humbleness want a life that is so extra and lavish? You want 6-figure man, you want a high value man and doing all this stuff. Why is it that everyone pretends like they hate arrogance, but then their standards are like, if we're being very honest, there's about 10 of you here, maybe 2 or 3 of you at best will get with a guy who makes 6 figures or more because it's such a small percentage. By the numbers, it's probably impossible for all of you to get that. So there is a bit of like an arrogance to that where it's like, if you love humbleness so much, why don't you live a humble life? What's wrong with getting with a regular dude who's got a 401k? He makes $40K a year. Maybe he's home at the end of the day. He takes care of the bills. You guys got a nice little house in the suburbs. Why is that not enough? I don't understand why there's all this talk about like, would I let my high value man cheat? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Most of y'all not gonna get one. And that's not me trying to be mean. It's like there's such a small percentage. You think I'm gonna get a 9 out of 10? Like, I mean, potentially it's possible, but it's not likely for most men out there. So if most men were sitting around a table, I want a 9 out of 10. I'm like, you are not going to get one. Go for a 6 or a 5 because it's probably more likely for you. So I think it's interesting that we constantly talk about high value men. It's not going to happen.
City boy, city boy.
So what's wrong with just regular dudes for most people? That's why I don't. You're going to be safe at 40K if he's got a stable job, a pension, and everything like that. The truth is, the only thing that changes between 40K and 100K is not happiness. There's not a single study that replicates that.
To break it to you, I think that we've just got a very, very selfish culture of women. And to any women out there that say I have internalized misogyny or anything like that, that would require that I have a problem with women worldwide. I do not have a problem with women worldwide. I have a problem with Western women. And if you think that I'm just like making this up out of nowhere, reflect on the fact that there are Western men that are flying out east to find wives. Are Eastern men coming out west to find wives?
Well, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong.
No. Where in the world are men flying out in droves to marry American women? Nobody wants us. Why? We're big, we're selfish. Damn! We don't want to hear anything. You can't tell me to eat less. You can't tell me to change my life. You can't tell me it's not about me.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
If he mentions Kevin Samuels or the Passport Bros.
You can't make this shit up.
If she follows Drew Follow, run for the hills. If she doesn't have a father, run for the hills. If she doesn't believe men are the prize or supposed to be leaders,
She belongs to the streets.
if she doesn't believe that it's happy couple, happy life, run for the hills. Men, if she doesn't go to the gym, run for the hills. If she doesn't know how to cook home cooked meals, run for the effing hill. If she doesn't know what nurturing is, run for the hills. If she doesn't know 5 love languages, run for the hill. If she cannot name 10 books, run for the hills. If her whole identity is social media and posting bikini pictures for the whole world to see and seeking validation, run for the hills, papi. Te estoy diciendo ahorita, córrale. That's what I'm talking about. If this woman says, oh, I believe in equality, but never splits anything with you, run for the hills. She thinks going out and drinking and partying all the time is a lifestyle.
She belongs to the streets.
If she thinks, hey babe, go ahead and put on a different outfit for me, is controlling, run for the hills.